Hey guys, 7 WWE Rocks here. Thank you for joining me as I do Saturday Night's Kickout, episode 22. I'm not going to waste too much of your time because really nothing that big happened this week except for Raw maybe. No TNA. I missed Lucha Underground, even just a marathon. And I didn't watch SmackDown. And it just seems like, there's not really that much wrestling we can watch. But I know a lot of you are waiting in anticipation for tonight, tomorrow, whatever you think of it. Basically, it's like 2 in the morning, and you'll be watching New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 9 pay-per-view. So excited. I was finally able to get it. DirecTV totally went heel on me, and Dish, they did such a better job. They are apparently they're not doing a 2 a.m. like live showing or something like that. Apparently, DirecTV was only provider to do that. I don't think that's true, but Dish is playing a repeat at like 7, 10 later on Sunday night, which would easily be the best chance to watch it if you don't want to, wait till like 2 in the morning to watch it, which I am doing because I'm stupid and I want to watch some wrestling. So after this, I'm gonna go to bed, and then wake up and I'll be tweeting during the show. So I'll follow me on Twitter at 7WWE-Rocks as always, and I'll be tweeting during it. I know none of you, all of you, except a few stupid wrestling fans, are gonna be getting some good night's sleep, holding in a bladder full pee while I am just ready to die at 2 in the morning. So let's get into it. We're going to go through Raw. Nothing too crazy happened, but we're going to go through it. It'll be fun. So final Raw of 2014, Edge and Christian are the hosts. They opened up the segment. I really liked. They hosted the entire week of WWE Raw, Main Event, and SmackDown. Didn't watch Main Event or SmackDown and watch Raw, but basically, Edge did pass the torch. I'll talk about in the main event. He even tweeted it that he passed the torch to Seth Rollins. We'll get into that later, though. But Cena and Lesnar had a little scuffle. Wrestle Kingdom 9, the people that were all involved with it were doing a Q&A when Raw was on. So, honestly, I really wasn't paying much attention. And I even had to go back on YouTube and watch the whole segment. But basically, Cena grabbed Paul Heyman, about to punch him, lured Brock in. Brock ran for him. Cena picked him up for an AA, and Brock got off of him and just really fled the scene. Like, did not make him look good really at all. As soon as Cena was ready to fight him, he scurried on. And I don't know. I wish they would have had a little scuffle, a big scuffle, really. I wish they would have had a big, brawl. But no, it was a little, got for an attitude adjustment, and he ran away, tucked his tail between his legs, and got the heck out of there. So a little disappointed with that. Doesn't really make me think it's going to be that great of a fight if they're doing stupid stuff like that. But that's just me. They still have a lot of weeks to prepare for it. So not a lot, like 2 or 3 weeks to prepare for their main event Royal Rumble match. Hopefully it's not the main event. Hopefully the Royal Rumble main event. But we also had Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. The first episode of 2015 will have an ambulance match with Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose, like I said. So that's kind of exciting. They do a lot of gimmick matches now, and I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with this because the WWE nowadays doesn't really get a feud. Excuse me, doesn't get a long feud that really stretches out. Usually maybe 1, 2 pay-per-views and it's over. Now I'm pretty glad that these two guys are the guys that are stretching out this long feud. And apparently people are already popping fireworks. Come on, New Year's is over. But basically, I see Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt taking this feud for a while. Maybe not in WrestleMania. I see it ending sometime at the Royal Rumble probably. I don't know. It could go to WrestleMania. Who knows? But just excited. These guys are the ones that are stretching out a long feud. Apparently, there's supposed to be some really big angle that's supposed to kick off 2015. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with Authority. Maybe Stinks comes out. But I don't know. I really hope they're not just playing with us and saying it's some big angle when really it's not. But after that, the Usos won the tag team titles. I was kind of disappointed with that. I really liked Miz and Mizdow, but you can already tell they're setting up the Miz and Mizdow split up. I'm thinking it's happening at the Royal Rumble. I'm thinking Miz gets thrown out. He acts like, Mizdow, all right, you follow me. You're my stunt double. You have to do what I do. And I feel like Mizdow's going to decline, say no, refuse. I'm not doing that. Because we've seen this happen a lot. Miz gets thrown out of the ring, whether he just goes through the middle ropes, goes over the top rope, then Mizdow follows him. So I think they're setting up for that. And the breakup's coming, and they didn't need the tag team titles to have this breakup feud. But so I see the Usos getting it and then maybe keeping it till WrestleMania and having the Ascension take the belts off them. Maybe even just Royal Rumble, they have a match with the Ascension. The Ascension takes the belts off them. I don't know. I'll get into the Ascension later. We had Ryback gave a personal story promo. A lot of people were saying, oh, it broke kayfabe and stuff like that. And because he talked about Ryan Reeves on Tough Enough, he talked about Skip Sheffield and the Nexus breaking his ankle, I believe it was. I'm going to stay away from the CM Punk stuff because I know a lot of people were like, oh, why didn't you bring up in your story you broke CM Punk's ribs and left 20 years off his life? So I'm going to stay away from that. I'm not really going to get into that. But basically, the storyline itself, the promo, I enjoyed. I like when wrestlers get, personal and really talk about. It really shows that, there's not a lot of Ryback fans. A lot of people hate him. But he gave a personal story where people can be like, oh, I feel for him. He's really trying. And that's really all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to get into the CM Punk thing. I enjoyed the promo. I thought it really showed him good. And it wasn't just a beast versus Rusev, an American beast now. It's now together with a personal story that we can get behind, not just that he's an American going after Rusev. So I enjoyed it. I feel like that's what the take they were going. They didn't want it just to be another Jack Swagger, another Big E. They wanted it to be something special and have Ryback, us not only get behind him because he's an American, but get behind him because of that story. So I enjoyed it. I liked what he had to say. And then Cesaro did a promo where everyone thought it was going to be another personal story. It wasn't, but it was a different promo from Cesaro. I'm glad the WWE gave him time to do it. And basically, it seemed like not really a shot at Vince McMahon, but it was trying to get Vince McMahon's attention, say, he's trying. And then he accidentally said there's 4 ropes instead of 4 sides. But I think he covered it well. After he said it, he was like, after he said 4 ropes, he was like, there's 4 sides. I thought that was a funny way to put it. I mean, if Reigns had done that, he would have just kept going on the promo like nothing happened. Or he would have forgotten he was even in the middle of a promo. But, yeah, Cesaro did good. And then Bad News Barrett made his return. And really cool, good match. I enjoyed it. Cesaro and Bad News Barrett, they can always have a good match. I'm not the biggest Bad News Barrett fan. I still don't know if they think he's ready for like a world title because I remember hearing he was going to win Money in the Bank. Then he was going to win the world title. Then, he got injured by, I forget who. I think Jack Swagger injured him. He was put on the shelves. And now he comes back. I don't know if it's ready for an Intercontinental run. Maybe him and Ziggler have a short feud. Maybe he wins it back. Maybe he goes for the world title after Brock leaves. I don't know. But I'm excited to see him back, I guess. But I'm not the biggest fan. But he can prove me wrong. So after that, the Ascension debut. Everyone saw it was coming. Everybody was waiting for the Ascension to debut because they had been hyping it up. Excuse me. Miz and Miz now they come out. Miz and says to Edge and Christian, I want a rematch for the tag titles against the Usos. They say, you know what, we're going to give you a match, but it's not going to be for the tag titles. It's not going to be against the Usos, but it is going to be next. So they had to go out, and everybody was like, oh, who could it be? Everyone knew it was the Ascension. Ascension come out. I think they're still doing that thing where they come out on the arena so everyone can see them, and then their music kicks off because you could already hear people cheering when they came out. So they do that thing when the camera's just looking at their, video music stuff, and then they rise up like bosses. But it was a really crappy debut, if I say so. It was just like a regular NXT match. It didn't really make them look good because they had versed a team that had already done like a 10, 15-minute match, maybe even 20, I don't know. They already had a match, so that didn't really work out. And it was just like an NXT squash match. It really wasn't that good. And then I saw on SmackDown they versed Lance Anoya. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think that's it. It's he's cousins with Usos and Roman Reigns, so a lot of people are probably getting pissed that I forgot how to pronounce it. And the other guy was Rhett Titus, who's from Ring of Honor. I know him, so that was cool. But it was just they were local competitors, so it was another squash match. Okay, if they're coming out of NXT, don't let them have any more big squash matches. Maybe a few, but not just against some local competitors. Do it so it actually helps them, makes it look like, okay, they beat somebody on the main roster. I don't even care if it's Los Matadores. I mean, give them somebody that's not just a local competitor. But yeah, really crappy debut. A lot of people were agreeing with me. Not just me, but a lot of people were just saying that the debut wasn't that great. Really overhyped. And I'm sure they're going to win the tag team titles very soon, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. After that, we had Dan O'Brien do a really good promo. I honestly thought he's retiring. I was so sad. I was like, I don't want Dan O'Brien to retire. This is going to suck. He totally baited me in. There's drunks screaming outside. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully you didn't hear that. But, yeah, so Dan O'Brien, great promo, really baited me, and I seriously thought he was retiring, and a lot of people did. And So basically, he was gonna, he was about to say, "Is my career over?" And I was like, he's gonna say yes. And then he said no, and he was like, got so pumped up. I'm not gonna imitate Daniel Bryan, but he was just saying how he's going in the Rumble, he's gonna win it, he's gonna main event WrestleMania again. So happy for him. I'm so glad that he's cleared to wrestle, and Rumble's gonna be freaking awesome with him in it now. Still think Roman Reigns is gonna win it, to be honest. I know a lot of people are trying to say, no, this is Bryan's time. And it very well should be, and I really hope it is. Still think they're going with Reigns, though. So, but I'm just happy the guy's cleared to wrestle, and I'm happy he's back. And it's good because he's not coming back in just a one-on-one match where he has to do a lot. In the Royal Rumble, you can sit around and do nothing, really. Not do nothing, but you can, sit in the corner and sell moves and stuff. You don't have to be doing something the entire time. So that's really good, and I'm just wishing the best, and I'm really glad that he's back. Main event time, we had a cutting-edge peep show with the guys that are left as the Authority, and I forget who. Seth Rollins was the guest, but he wanted Cena to come out, and he wanted Brock to come out. Brock didn't show up. I don't remember. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't even watch. No, but really good segment because Seth Rollins showed what a great heel he was. A lot of people were saying he took it a little too far by saying he was going to kill Edge, and I do agree with that can be taken far, but I just loved how it made him look. I thought he looked like a great heel, or a real bad guy in a movie, gosh, those people are annoying me. I'm about to freaking package pile drive somebody. But we good? I guess not. Well, I'm just gonna talk about but so yeah, it was really good. I thought he was like a bad guy in a movie. It was really good, like someone you can hate, and I just really love that. And Cena, so basically, if you didn't see it, Seth Rollins had Edge's, Big Show was holding Edge down. Freaking Seth Rollins hit Christian with the Money in the briefcase, and he went down like a sack of freaking potatoes. He was out. So Christian was gone. He was just apparently he is retired. That really sucks. I really wish he had one last run, but I'm sure he's going to be an agent or backstage role and do perfectly fine. Edge was being held down by Big Show, and Seth Rollins was going to curb stomp him on his Money in the Bank briefcase. Cena comes out, and Seth Rollins is like, you know what I want, blah, blah, blah. I want the Authority back. And, John Cena was like, he went closer, and Seth Rollins was like, I swear I'll do it. I'm going to freaking kill him, curb stomp his, and just break his neck. And so Cena, worst hostage negotiator in the world. Freaking awful. He gave in pretty quick. Did he learn anything from 12 rounds? Did he learn anything from the Marine? No. Worst hostage negotiator. If I was a hostage and Cena was the guy negotiating, I'd be like, okay, you can just kill me now. Really bad. He let in, said, yes, I'll bring the Authority back. Love this line when Seth Rollins said, oh, yeah, he was real happy. Yes, they're back. I loved it when Seth Rollins said, I'm still going to kill him. And went back and went to hit the curb stomp. Then Cena tackled Seth Rollins. Why didn't you do that to begin with? Why did you not tackle him at the start? But no, he let the Authority back, and then they beat down Cena. I don't know, something. They left or something. The Authority came out, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, and they made out as the show ended. So Cena, worst hostage negotiator ever. Freaking, did he learn anything from 12 rounds of the Marine? No. I would have rather had Ted DiBiase Jr. in there doing the hostage negotiation. But moving on. Yeah, so that's Raw. We're going to go pretty fast now because really nothing to talk about except NXT. NXT Lucha Dragons versus the Vaudevillains for the Tag Team Championships next week. Apparently Simon Gotch wasn't the legal man at our Evolution, so they got a rematch. It's going to be next week. That's going to be pretty exciting. Hopefully it's better. Their first match was really short. It was 6 minutes or something. It was entertaining, but it was really short. After that, Kevin Owens did a very short promo. Apparently, he was supposed to do some big interview with Renee Young. It was 30 seconds. She said, you turn your back on a person you've known your entire life. Kevin Owens said, I'm 30. I've known him for 12 years. I don't know where you're getting your facts. And I thought that was really funny. But he left, and I was just like, well, that was a waste. I really wanted to get a big interview with Kevin Owens. But, the best is yet to come with Kevin Owens. I'm so happy for the guy, and I'm just really glad that he's on WWE TV Weekly. I'm just glad I can see him on TV Weekly, so that's good. Finn Balor and Hideo Itami versus the Ascension. again, this is why another reason why I don't like NXT guys staying on NXT when they go to the main roster, because basically they come out and they're beating all these main roster guys, and then they lose to Finn Balor and Hideo Itami twice. Hideo, once again, teased the GTS. I really just want it to happen. I think eventually it will happen. I think if it wasn't going to happen, they wouldn't even tease it. They wouldn't even try to let him do it. But I think they're going to finally let him do it. And I think they should. If CM Punk's on, it was Hideo's move first, or, Kenta's move first. Let him use it. I think he should. And, his finishers now kind of suck. The foot stomp one, it doesn't look that great. And then he tried some other thing. It was basically like a discus kick to the face, like, when they spin around as a discus clothesline. It was basically that, but just kicked him in the face. Got the win. Finn Balor is going to do perfectly fine, especially with his body pain. Hideo, I really don't know about him. I really don't see him going anywhere. Maybe like an Intercontinental Championship run, but he needs really fast. Finn Balor already does body pain and everything. He's going to do perfectly fine. But both guys do have a deal where they're not supposed to stay in NXT long. Like, it has it in their contract. They're not allowed to stay in NXT for too long. So they'll both be in the main roster really quick, I'm sure. And but I just see Finn Balor, he overshadows the tag team. I think they should split up. Finn and Hideo do their own thing. But Hideo Itami will versus Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel is supposed to be the new Tyson Kidd guy in NXT. He's already been on the main roster. Send him to NXT. Let him rebirth his, character and stuff. I'm glad with that. I think he's going to be doing great matches now. Something I wish, guys like Trent Beretta or Kurt Hawkins, something I wish they could have done. If the WWE didn't let them, be on the main roster, give them some matches on NXT just to show that they still can do, these long matches. That's why I really like PWG. If a WWE guy gets released and he gets signed by, or PWG, he, starts doing their events, he can finally do matches that are longer than 2-minute squash matches with them losing. They can finally show off, what they were wasted in WWE. They weren't allowed to do any of that. So I'm happy for guys like that, Brian Myers and Trent. So that's just my freaking piece about it. And yeah, moving on. We're going to talk a little about TNA. TNA signing all these new talent. Not new talent. They're signing these guys. I'm not really shocked about any of the people they've signed. They've signed Mr. Anderson back to new deals. Jesse Goddard, I want to say Robbie E. EC3, Madison Rain, Kurt Angle. Even Kurt Angle, I'm not really that shocked about. Apparently, the WWE wants him as a trainer in NXT, but they don't want him as an active competitor. So Kurt Angle's final year in wrestling will be with TNA, and I'm happy about that. I think that'll be good. Good to see. So I think he'll do more matches now in TNA. If he had gone to WWE, I'm sure he would have only had like 1 or 2 matches. But yeah, they've been re-signing talent. And then, so when they come back on Wednesday, it will be a live episode of Impact. They're January 7th. It will be live. And it will be Rude versus Lashley, the 3rd time, the final match, I'm guessing. Then the next day, they will have the Hardys versus the Whoops. And then that Friday, they'll have Lethal Lockdown. So those will all be, consecutive weeks, I'm guessing. But I'm glad that apparently there's speculation that the 6 sides weren't happening. They were going to go back to 4 sides. I really don't get that. The new logo they had, it has a 6-side, the ring in the logo. So I don't get why anybody thought that. But I'm glad 6 sides is here to stay. And I'm really looking forward to TNA finally coming back. It's been too long. They had the repeats and stuff in the best of 2014. I don't really care about that. I want some new live episodes. So excited for that. Ring of Honor's tonight. Christopher Daniels is versing Alberto El Patron, his first match in Ring of Honor, a.k.a. Alberto Del Rio. It also has the Top Prospect Tournament tonight. I'm glad for the Ring of Honor fans. They get some good matches like Roderick Strong versus Mark Briscoe, and then I forget. Kazarian versus Cedric Alexander, I think, and Christopher Daniels versus Alberto El Patron. But they also have the Top Prospect Tournament. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that would kind of suck because, some of those guys you never even heard of, and I just feel like those matches would kind of be boring. But that's just me. But, just if you think maybe, the winner's going to go nowhere, the previous winners have been Michael Bennett, Matt Taven, and Hanson. None of them have won world titles. But they've all done some good stuff in Ring of Honor. Michael Bennett, he's going to be a future world champion. Matt Taven, He's always in the running for the TV titles and tag titles with Michael Bennett and Hanson. He's going off a big run now, I think. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, so whoever wins, I'm sure is going to have a big part. And I think they win a TV title shot if they win the tournament. I think that's what it is. But I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to see who wins. I really don't know like half the people. I know I think 1 or 2 guys, but that tournament should be good. And yeah, Ring of Honor fans, enjoy that. That is tonight. That's happening right now. Also, New Japan Pro Wrestling is today, the Wrestle Kingdom 9 pay-per-view. I'm going to go get some freaking sleep after I do this so I can wake up at freaking 1 a.m. and watch it at 5 in the morning. Please, if you're watching it, tweet me because this is going to be so boring. I'm be by myself because no one in my family likes wrestling. But please freaking tweet me. So, yeah, match of the week. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I guess Usos and Miz now. That was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I mean, tag team championship match, changed hands on Raw. I mean, we don't get that much. I hate when I watch old Raws and it's like 3 title matches in 1 Raw, and it's like, even if it doesn't change hands, that's still freaking awesome. We barely get title changes, not even title matches on Raw, but now they're starting to do it a lot more. I'm pretty glad about that. So, yeah, I guess that'll be match of the week. Or Cesaro versus Bad News Barrett. Yeah, either of those 2. And then positives, Daniel Bryan's back. I think that's freaking awesome. Oh, yeah, this is my kick-out segment where I talk about the positives. Daniel Bryan's back. That's freaking awesome. That is such great news. Alberto El Patron is back wrestling on mainstream wrestling, I guess. I don't know, Ring of Honor. And that's awesome to see. And the pay-per-view, New Japan Pro Wrestling, going to be such a great pay-per-view. I can't wait to watch it. And, freaking 1 a.m., you can't come fast enough. Not really. I really want to go to bed. So, but I do this for you, wrestling. Just know that. And, yeah, so if you are watching it, please tweet me. Let me know what you think of the event. It's going to be really good, really fun. Everybody's already saying better than Raw, and it hasn't even happened. So that's going to be fun. Can't wait to watch it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Saturday Night's Kickout. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. The people that were watching, I know I have 1 viewer right now. Thank you for watching, staying, and just watching me talk about wrestling. I got some support for the Young Bucks, Super Kick Party. Really excited for their match. It's going to be really good. I hear it's going to be time constraint. That's probably the only negative is they're going to be working on, a limited time. They can't just go a full-blown main event like they usually do. Red Dragon, Forever Hooligans. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Young Bucks and the Time Splitters. I got it. I forget. Somebody at the press conference yesterday called him the Japanese version of Chris Sabin because Alex Shelley's his partner. I thought that was funny. And yeah, so press conference looked good. A lot of people were saying it was really funny and just funny moments. So I'm excited for that. Bullet Club looked freaking awesome, and I'm rambling on way too much. So thank you for watching. Thank you, that viewer that stayed on and watched this with me. I really do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at 7WWE-Rocks. I'm going to go get some sleep and wake up at 1 in the morning. So hopefully you guys are doing the same. And if you do, hopefully you're having a good time enjoying the pay-per-view. I wouldn't want you all staying up for this. I wouldn't want you all staying up just for a crappy pay-per-view. But dang it, if this is a crappy pay-per-view, I will package pile drive every Japanese person that had anything to do with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not really. Thanks for watching. As always, have a nice day. Thank you, guys.